Macca's Guides.
Hey guys, Macca here with another Division 2 video. Now, I am grinding my way past level 450 in terms of gear score, and tomorrow I'm going to show you guys how to craft an exotic blueprint for the Desert Eagle. But today I wanted to show you a little bit of character customization and show you how to unlock all 10 of the gear dyes, which are basically just ways to do character customization and make your gear a specific color or pattern. Now, there are 10 unique gear dyes that you will find in gear crates scattered around the world, and there are a lot more than just 10 gear crates, so there are more crates than you need, which is why I'll be able to show you 12 in the video, although you'll only need to do the first 10, and they are random, so you will not get the exact same colors that I get from the same gear crates that I shoot down. But as long as you follow the video and get all of the crates I show, you should get all of the colors, just unlocked in a different order. Once you unlock a gear dye, equipping it is super easy. You just go to the gear and go to the mod menu and equip the dye slot you are interested in using. You also get a small preview before you equip it. Also, these are permanent, so don't worry about using one and then not being able to put it on something later. Once you have a gear dye, you basically have it forever. It's pretty simple, so let's just get started with 10 of the gear crate locations. Again, I'm actually going to show you 12 just in case one of them doesn't work for you. The first one is found not far from the base of operations near the main mission DCD headquarters, near the giant kind of ring just south of the White House. If you exit from where that main mission starts, you should see a couple of tents kind of in the field, as well as a couple of trees. If you kind of go into the circle there, you should be able to pretty easily identify this hanging gear crate. All of the gear crates will look exactly like this. Shooting it will open it and spawn you some items as well as a gear dye, which will be, again, completely random. Now, we're going to kind of move across the map, and I would highly recommend fast traveling to main missions or strongholds nearby to save yourself a lot of time. Down near the stronghold, where it is the Roosevelt Island stronghold, kind of where the two roads intersect, you want to go underneath the bridge. You'll find a crane, and near that crane, the crane actually is holding the gear crate near the water, and then you can shoot that one down and pick up your reward. I already had this one. I did it off film. Now, the next one is also very close by, just near the Lincoln Memorial main mission. There is kind of a little bit of a triangle shape to the left of it where roads intersect. If you go into the field kind of just behind it, you should obviously notice a hanging parachute with a gear crate inside. Again, you should shoot this one. It'll drop something down. This is one that I already personally had. If you are looking for an actual list of the dyes, I would recommend watching the beginning of the video when I scrolled through all of them. Next up, we are at what I believe is called Reflection Pond, and I spawned near the safe house called the Shop, ran across the water, and you can find some of these boats that are kind of docked along the edge here, and as you run towards them, look to the left, and you should be able to find another gear crate hanging off one of the trees. This is one that I did not have yet, and when I shot it down, you'll see that I pick up not only, I believe, a mod for one of the skills, but I also pick up a spray. I believe that one was called Solid Black, which is actually one that I probably will use. Now, following down what I believe is Reflection Pond, this time to the north of it, you can find this kind of triangular shape. It looks a little bit like a pyramid, and at the tip of this pyramid shape, you will find these 4 columns. One of these columns will have a gear crate, which you can shoot down. I did not get a gear dye from this because this was my 12th. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, there's only 10 gear dyes. The first 10 you do will unlock unique rewards, and the ones after that are just kind of extra for the purposes of the video. Next up, we are moving across the map, and we are at the Air and Space Museum main mission. I decided to basically hold Y to replay the mission, which will allow me to go inside. Once inside, I'm going to just run through this courtyard and find a tree on the left, and that will have a gear crate I will shoot down and pick up. And then I will basically just run out of here. You don't have to do the rest of the mission, but that's the fastest way to get access into here. Then we are continuing moving east on the lower end of the map. This time I am at this main intersection just off from the safe house, and you should be able to locate the gear crate on the side of the building. When you do shoot it, though, the actual loot will spawn in the middle of the road by where you're standing, or it'll actually spawn on you maybe. I'm not 100% sure. I personally unlocked the Tigerstripe Urban camo for doing that one. Now moving a little bit north, we are near Capitol Hill, near the kind of last stronghold of the game, and I am very close to the tail of the Air Force One plane. And once you are there, there's a lot of enemies you kind of have to worry about, but there is a pretty obvious tree with a pretty obvious gear crate sitting right next to it. This for me was number 11, which is why there is no die inside. Again, only the first 10 unique ones should give you a die, but I wanted to include extras just in case you had trouble with one. Now I'm in the kind of northeast corner. This is the entrance to the dark zone there. And if I were to go from the entrance of the dark zone, which is a fast travel point if you have it unlocked, you can kind of run alongside the wall. And if you keep to the right-hand side, you should notice a small alley between this white building and this kind of red brick building. If you shoot off the lock, you should be able to now go into the door. And you'll notice that there are 2 ladders in front of you. Just take either one of the 2 ladders to the top. And then once you reach the top, you can actually spot the gear crate, but to get to it, what you want to do is go through this door, which you will have to open manually. And then inside of this room, there is another ladder that we can take one step further up. So we're going to take that, and then we'll be able to shoot the gear crate and pick up the weapon die. And there's also a collectible up here for those who are interested in a little bit of the backstory. Now, from the previous location, we have moved a little bit west. You want to find yourself on the map exactly in the same location that I am, and you might have a question mark, or you might actually have the activity that we're going towards. But there's a taco truck with a big white building, some American flags, and you can go down under into the metro using the escalators here. This will kind of lead you into the center of the complex. You might actually be able to mark the question mark in the middle of the complex, and the GPS will take you through here. But eventually you'll end up in a large atrium that's kind of outdoors, even though it's in the middle of the buildings. And if you look directly up from when you first come into the area, you should be able to notice the gear crate. And in order to grab this one, you do actually have to kind of run around and climb a few things. And there will obviously be enemies here if you don't own the territory control. So keep that in mind. I'm just going to kind of run by them and dodge them, and just climb up and grab my gear die slash camo slash whatever you want to call them. Now again, the next 2 in the video should be extras, and they probably won't give you anything if you have done the first 10 in the video, but again, I wanted to include these just in case they add new gear dies or there's a small problem. You want to go to the safe house 1040, and then you want to exit out of the northeast exit. The exits should be marked with text on top of them. As you exit this safe house, you should be able to climb some stairs and see a ladder just off to your right-hand side that leads up to the top of the building. You want to take that ladder, and once you take the ladder, you should be able to take a right-hand turn to notice the gear crate to shoot it down and pick up the gear. Now, at this location, you can also drop a rope down so that you can climb up here from the backside. But if you didn't drop the rope down before, you wouldn't be able to climb up in the first place. So you kind of want to go from this side first. Last but not least, in the kind of northwest corner, in downtown west area, not far from the main mission there on the road, you can see that there is a kind of large white parking garage on the left-hand side. And if you look up on that building or very close to it, you should notice a gear crate. If you shoot it down, you can go pick up your rewards. And hopefully by now you have all 10 of the gear dies available to you. So go and customize your character to look as cool as possible. Tweet me a photo at PMac1991 on Twitter. Thank you guys for watching so much. Drop a like if this video is helpful. Share it with a friend. A special thank you to everyone on Patreon for supporting the show. Shout out to Double O, and hopefully I see you guys next time. Peace.